What's good out there, podcast listeners? This is the Bag of the Trash It podcast, episode 1, where we give you guys album reviews from different albums that drop within the culture that week. Pick some of our favorite songs off the album, and if the whole album was of good quality, we'll let you know if we're going to bag it. And if it wasn't that good, we're going to trash it. That's just the facts of the matter. There's no bias in it. Just simply my opinion. I could care less whether or not I like the artist or not. We here for good music. So I appreciate everybody for taking a look at this. This is something new, and we're really excited about it. I'm your host, JB, and let's get into it, So first off, we got Pusha T's album, Almost Dry. For me, I'm a big Pusha T fan as of recent because I like we all know that Pusha T does the coke rap, right? Like he's the big drug dealing coke rapper. He's from that era, you know what I'm saying? He lived it and everything like that. My only problem with that is I think it's becoming a point to where it's too obvious. I think that Pusha T's at a point where you coming off an album like Daytona, that album was very good. Like it got very good response. The production was great. The lyrics was still coke rap, but it had more of a deep essence to it, I feel, in my opinion. And that's what I think a lot of people were looking for. We're looking for something Daytona-esque. We know that this album was coming out of quarantine. Pusha T said he didn't really come outside a lot. Wasn't really much to do but record music. Pusha T is a great artist. We know he can rap, right? Everybody knows Pusha T can rap. And he does some of the best coke flips. He's got all that in his bag. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like it's kind of getting redundant if it's not done well. Like it's okay to do the same thing if you're going to do it great. And that's the only problem with me is that I think that this album wasn't done great. It's almost dry, but to me it's almost average in my opinion. But there you can still tell that the man can rap. He's a veteran. He's one of the best lyricists out there. So you can't never say that a Pusha T project at all is just gonna be trash. You can't do that to Pusha T. But for me, I feel like this album wasn't up to par to where I know a Pusha T album can be in, where a lot of people we know. And the first thing I want to say is the production. I'm not sure who really did the production on everything, but it sounded like it was made at home. Like that's how I feel. It sounded like it was made at home. I get it. It was quarantine. It sounded like he had some type of basic home studio and he was just kind of just rapping, There were a few songs in there that I thought were really good, and I thought that we kind of got he tricked us a little bit, right? He tricked us a little bit with Diet Coke. Because I thought Diet Coke was great. I thought the production was great. It was a big single. It had all the hype behind it. It had that essence to it. You know what I'm saying? It had Kanye in there dancing, Diet Coke, right? Then he comes out. The next one that I thought was going to be like, oh, yeah, this album going to be fire was Neck and Wrist. Of course, you got Jay on there. Pusha, Jay. Every time you get that combination, you already know it's going to be fire. But when you go to the album and you start to listen through, there wasn't many big records like that. You had Neck and Wrist, Diet Coke. A couple of my favorites off the album would be Dreaming of the Past. I like Dreaming of the Past because I don't know if it's that I like the way Pusha was rapping on there or if I just like the beats and the samples and things like that. Same thing with Rock and Roll. I like that one. That one was a good vibe. Call My Bluff, of course, was the one that a lot of people were saying was going to be dope, and it didn't disappoint. It was, it was pretty good. But I think those first two that I talked about was better than Call My Bluff. Scrape It Off, I really like that one. We got to hear Lil Uzi Vert rap. You got Don Toliver on there. That was a super dope track. And the last track for me, I Pray For You, I thought that was the pin we needed throughout the whole tape. Like very Pusha T, you know what I'm saying, at his highest level. There was points within the album that you could hear it, but you couldn't really hear it through the whole album. And so I want to go up to another point to where I think that he should have took the same format with Daytona and cut the fat off the album, because there were songs that I just thought should have been left off. Those were kind of just like throw in songs. 6 to 7 songs, like maybe 8, but I mean, if I can get a concise 5 to 6, that's perfect. Like, you don't need to overdo it, because I think the type of rapper that Pusha T is, when it comes to being lyrical and having that, you know what I'm saying, that thing about you where it's like, it's like, I don't have to rap. I'm doing this because I just, I don't care about it. That brings that out of it when you get the whole project and it's only like 5, 6 songs, but every song hits. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that this album could have been. Like I said, like, some of those are my favorites. Dreaming of the Past, Rock and Roll, and then maybe you throw in there Scrape It Off, I Pray For You, and then Diet Coke and Neck and Wrist. Right there, right? And I thought that would have made the album a lot better to listen to. Definitely would have had way more replay value. This song was it was a lot of songs that we didn't need. I feel like you could hear where Pusha was kind of in the house, and he just had a lot of thoughts and thinking about things, and he was just coming up with cool coke flips throughout. But a lot of it was just kind of like, it was just basic. It was great rapping, but it wasn't the good music level of rapping, especially if you got Kanye in your corner. I don't think it was up to that level. So we're not gonna trash it, but I ain't bagging this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it back to the board. We gotta do this again, Pusha. I'm expecting something. I don't think it's gonna take long for him to, come back with something, and I think it's gonna be the one that we need. So, Almost Dry. Shout out to Pusha T. Go listen to it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go stream it, buy it. I support all artists. And these are just my opinions based on that. So we rocking with you, Pusha, but yeah, we need a little bit more. Now, off to the next one. This was my album of the week. It's Blxst. It's 13 tracks, and it's Before You Go. Blxst does not miss. Like, he is probably my favorite R&B artist at this time. He doesn't miss. He's coming off of I think it was just a mixtape, the 6 tape 2. I think that's like a mixtape series that he's kind of doing, projects. I don't know how these guys, you know what I'm saying, whether it's projects, mixtapes, EPs, or whatever. And then No Love Lost was what really put me on the Blxst. And ever since then, like, I go back and I listen to different songs, him and Ty Dolla $ign. I go back, man, he's a whole, like, that vibe is crazy to me. I love that type of music, that Cali, West Coast, good summer vibe. You know what I'm saying? Girls around, you got liquor, you got everything you need. And it's just, everything is cool, you know what I'm saying? And he gives you that vibe throughout the whole album. I love, the way I'll bag an album the most is if I can't really tell you songs off the album, because I just play the whole thing. Like, one song just transitions to the next, and we just keep it moving, and the whole thing is just a vibe. So that's what Blxst did with this one. So shout out to Blxst. This album was dope. Before You Go, I would highly recommend it. It's 13 tracks. If I had to pick something off the album, honestly, I would probably pick Sometimes, him featuring Zakari, just because maybe I've heard that song just a little bit more than the others. Like, I still got to sit with this a little bit and, just listen through, and I'm sure I'll find something else that I keep replaying, but I've heard that the most, so that one is probably going to be one of my favorites. And Keep Coming Back. I like Keep Coming Back. I like the lyrics that Blxst don't, like, it's great singing, it's great R&B mixed with the rapping, but man, his lyrics is super dope too. He's real deep he takes his time with his pen. I don't know if he writes or he got somebody, I don't care. Everything is super intentional, and it's dope, man. He really takes his time, and he's perfecting his craft. And I think Blxst is gonna really, you know what I'm saying, be the one in the next, decade or so. He's gonna be the one, So shout out to him with that. So we had Blxst Before You Go. That was definitely a bag for this week. And last but not least, it's a re-release. I guess he put this on all streaming platforms because it wasn't on there. And that would be Wiz Khalifa, and he did the Taylor Allderdice again. It was 17 tracks. This is album or mixtape that came out back in 2012. And this just brings back a lot of memories for me. Like, I love that he did this, especially on 420. I thought that was, of course, you know what I'm saying, we already know why. And it was classic. That mixtape, those times was really, like, classic for guys like me. And he didn't, you know what I'm saying, and it holds up. You know, you go back and listen to it, and it just takes you right back to those times. You know what I'm saying? It's that spring, summer vibe of 2012, you know what I'm saying? Being in high school, first years of college, and you know what's going on. We ain't got to talk about that. Y'all know the vibes. So that was good to hear that again. I'm going to be playing that a little bit more today. Definitely playing that Blxst again. So y'all, yeah, jump in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about what y'all thought about these different albums. If you guys had an album that came out that you guys like, you know what I'm saying, shoot me questions, tell me why. But definitely go check out that Blxst album, and you know, go pick out something off Pusha T's album. I guess it was cool. It was all right, you know. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. I really appreciate you guys checking this out. This was episode 1. There's more to come. I promise they're going to be a lot longer. At the same time, I want to give you guys straight to the point opinions. I hope you guys liking, rocking with us. This is the Bag or Trash Podcast. I'm your boy JB. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're checking this out on YouTube. All my audio podcast listeners, shout out to y'all too. Make sure y'all stay following, and we got more content coming for you guys.